everybody. This is Retired Scoundrels. I am Dino the Genetic Marvel. Oh my god, I forgot to fucking move my thing. There we go. All right. And I am here with these two jackasses talking about stuff. What's up, Serge? How you doing? I feel like the afternoon is a great time to hang out. Is it just me getting older, or is that a thing?
Yeah, you're gonna be getting dinner at the fucking, like the early bird specials and shit. And
I like an early dinner. I do. I totally do. There's less chance of heartburn, and I'm like, I can have dessert, and my sugar's not going to go up. It's great.
And are you still doing the 32 bites on everything?
I keep forgetting more.
Dude, I don't forget. That's the bad thing. I keep remembering because I'm trying to. By the time it's not even food anymore, it doesn't even have a taste. Okay. It's like it's just.
Hold on, Michael doesn't remember. So I forgot. I wanted to introduce Michael Copenhaver as Ohio's Kevin Sorbo, but he totally looks. His hair's growing out, and it's like, you know what? He's got nice hair, so I'm like, fuck you twice, you prick. But anyways, so I figured out last week, and I told everybody that I didn't actually chew my food. Okay, we were watching this thing like, these little like interesting health tips, stupid shit, and he was like, you're supposed to chew 32 times, and I'm like, 32? Are you crazy? And my wife asked me, how much do you chew? I'm like, enough. She goes, what? Enough for what? I'm like, enough to swallow it. Like, that's okay. And apparently that is not the point. You are not supposed to do that. That is dangerous to your entire body and system.
So I don't count my bites, but I'm 100% sure it's less than 32. I'm kind of like on yours. I smash it up in there and then bam, it goes down.
And I like to have still a little bit of flavor and texture to it, while it's going down. But, he's only telling you half the story, Mike. He did this shit, and he swore by it. He's like, oh, yeah, I got less heartburn, and I'm feeling better, and I got more energy. Like he was eating baby food. Can you imagine that big fucker doing this? I can't eat a goddamn Twinkie in 32 bites. The whole thing, I can see him taking his bougie ass on a small little piece of steak.
Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm not. I'm not.
What happens if you're eating corn on the cob? You'll be there all fucking day.
No, so I don't take small bites either. And
no shit.
Guy, I was in Beijing. No, where was I? Was I in Beijing? I was in Beijing with a guy, and I bet him that I could eat a Big Mac in 3 bites. He was like, bullshit. I'm like, if I can do it, you have to pay for lunch. He goes, done. So I went, boom, did it. He's like, how the fuck did you do that? And I'm like, hey, man, I'm a fat fuck.
Did you not watch Godzilla? You were in Beijing, and not once did you see a Toho movie.
Oh, guy, people took pictures of me and shit, eh?
I believe it.
Like I was, because this is the thing is, there are people who are, oh, no, guy, it was ridiculous. And then I wasn't even gray back then. I just had a beard. It was not even a big beard. But then, yeah, oh, fuck, man. There were people that were taller than me, but they were a beanpole, like very, very, very thin. And there were guys who were fatter than me, but they were like 2 feet tall. They were just a circle with hands and feet. So I'm walking around, and I'm like a head taller than everybody and like 2 people wide. And they're like, what the hell are you?
They probably thought you were like the American sumo champion or some shit like that.
People do ask me where I'm from. They're like, oh, so where are you from in America? And I'm like, no, I'm Canadian. They're like, what? They're like, they don't make Canadians your size. And I'm like, fair point.
I ate a village, fucker.
Yeah, listen, I do a bit where I'm like, I'm known as USA Petite. And everyone starts to laugh because I'm like, listen, man, I've went to Big and Tall in the States, and I'm like, what kind of a monster wears some of these clothes? And I'm like, guy, I'm huge, and I couldn't fucking fit in this shit. I'm like, it was massive. Oh, yeah, I love that kind of shit.
What's the main sales?
Oh, yeah. Well, man, you know how many times I've taken off my suit jacket, given it to my wife, and it's like, boom, she's got a trench coat, and I'm like, how does that? I don't understand what happened.
I can just imagine her like a little kid in her dad's coat, just walking around, sleeves just dragging.
She's not even like super short. She's 5'4", 4. She's not, you know.
See, I think you need to quit talking about the Asians. Every time you say that, your internet goes bad. You got him on.
off.
You go now. You go now.
Listen, if only I could get
You
that.
just see the little Asian on a hamster wheel running around and around. What do you say about us? It just stops the hamster wheel. No internet for you.
I was thinking of getting one of those things, like where you can plug it into your house and like just bike and produce energy for the house. I was like, just as a way of exercising, but then I was like, no.
Dino never. No, you know who
It's a great
stopped that?
idea.
His wife. His wife was like, "No, you're not gonna have me running the fucking house. You got me fucked up."
Sounds like the Gribble Bop from
I would set it up with like
Rick
a
and Morty.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, come on,
The perpetual machine inside a perpetual machine inside a perpetual. It's just different dimensions of life forms.
Speaking of, okay. One of our regular viewers sent me a picture a couple days ago and was like, why the hell is this person not in the bike lane? Like, what kind of an asshole does this kind of shit? And
the kind of asshole who rides around on a bike.
That's the thing. Is
libtard.
Why are you riding a bike on a major road? Like, that just seems so selfish. Is that like
he's doing it for the planet, Dino? He's doing it for the planet. He's gonna save it 1 mile at a time.
Well, wait a minute. Put
take
the
a
picture
side
back
street.
Up. Put the picture back up, because I think we
dangerous
missed,
there.
All right, we mistook something. That gentleman is clearly of the Downs gender. Look at his helmet on. You know, he could be slow. If you saw his face, he probably had to drool. He thought he was at Disneyland. Leave him alone. You know,
Downs gender. Did you say Downs gender?
He did say that, and I'm like, that was like the first of many
Run
sins.
Run the disclaimer.
Yeah. Listen, we're going straight to hell. We're not even stopping. We're not paying the toll. We're going just.
But would that make it okay though? If that's a normal person and he's some
that makes
fucking
it worse.
dickhead.
You see that highway he's on? That makes it worse.
No, he's fully functioning. I feel proud for that kid.
So that road is it's a bigger road, but it's an older road, so it's only 2 lanes on each side, but it has a median down the middle, and in some areas it goes low because the houses are a little bit higher up to equate for traffic because there's a hospital in that area. But ultimately, you're going like, guy, there is like, look, there's a bike lane,
sidewalk. There's
a bike lane,
sidewalk there,
and a sidewalk. So you're not allowed to bike on the sidewalk anymore up here, which I don't agree with, but
he just missed the episode of Sesame Street where they
how many pedestrians are there that they had to complain about the bikes? Get some goddamn cars up there.
That's the thing, is there's a lot of like especially in the city, like if I go downtown, like there's a ton of pedestrians and I hate it because I'm like, I don't number one, don't enjoy walking. Number 2, I hate people.
Not you. You seem like such a walker.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a high jumper. Okay,
I feel like Dino would have his own background music.
Barely a low jumper.
Yeah, my background music is. Yeah. Of course.
Like Family Guy, quit following me.
Yeah. Except I'd be like, come on. I'm like, play it like a surprise when I run into somebody. I'm like, oh my! I would love it. I would love it. That's when you have fuck you money. And I'm like, hey, I just paid somebody to walk around playing the tuba behind me.
Well, that was something we talked about before we even jumped on. Was the difference here in America anyway that I've noticed being on the road and such. Out west, a lot more people ride their bikes than here in the Midwest.
Yeah,
like Denver and Boulder, huge bicycling towns. And even in Albuquerque, we did some shows there, and people were showing up like a crowd of bike people, not motorcyclers, bicyclists, rolled in like a gang of bikers, like with the tight shorts and everything, like the shorts and all.
Oh,
dude, can you imagine them pulling up around
They watched
here?
the comedy show and they got shit faced, and then they left on their bicycles.
Maybe they had DUIs.
They can get
Like
DUIs.
No,
like
man, they
they're
were there for the health aspect of it and the fact that, well,
So
we only live a couple miles away. Why get in the car and put all that stuff in the environment?
Why go home all stinky like ass because you just drank for 4 hours and then bike 3 miles?
But they got running water, Marco.
Yeah, but when you walk through
Hey.
that fucking door at first, you're smelling like burnt onions.
apparently most cyclists will just piss themselves while they're biking. So yeah, it's weird shit, man. Those guys
That's
are
that
fucking.
long-term marathon shit.
Hey,
No, that's
listen,
that long-term drinking shit.
every one of those bastards thinks he's in the tour to go fuck yourself. Okay, that's what those guys are doing, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I have wind resistance." Fuck off. Like
Dude, I can
any
imagine
guy.
them.
Yeah.
I can imagine them pulling into a bike night around where I live. You know, with all these Harleys and then fucking 15, 20, 12 speed, 10 speed start pulling in. Oh my God.
It wasn't bike night. They just rode out to, like I said, they figured, why drive the cars? It was only a couple miles for us, so we just came out. And I mean, they got drunk. They drank a lot at that show.
I'm just saying, like, you know, around here, there's bike nights. I could just imagine just grown ass men just.
Yeah.
Bringing that up, Marco, is another oddity. My Beth was here from Albuquerque just recently, and she had no concept of what bike night is.
Really?
Apparently, that's a Midwest thing, specifically Ohio, I guess.
Huh.
Every place around here has what they call bike night. Everyone rides their bike out, parks them out front. People can walk around, look at all the different bikes, see all the fancy paint jobs and such. You do that up there?
Well, like a car show usually will have.
Like a car show, but it's every Thursday at a different bar.
This is Thursdays or what, you know, depending on the bar.
There'll be some places that'll do old cars or custom cars, and it'll be like the big parking lot of even a Walmart or a Costco.
Yeah.
It's after it closes, then they just park out and everyone just hangs out. Sometimes even the Costco would do it, and then they would be like, "Hey, we're gonna cook hot dogs if you guys want." And people are like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." And it's kind of a community thing. But yeah, they'll do it for the summertime. They'll do every day of a week will be something different. Bikes, not so much. They tend to stay closer to Lake Ontario.
You heard it here first, kids. Dino says no to walking, yes to hot dogs.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Fuck yes.
Costco hot dogs are top tier. Those are only the best anuses. Okay? Make those hot dogs. The best anuses.
Those come from the anuses of the animals of the cleanliest.
That's right. Those are washed anuses. Okay?
Those are blessed not only by a Jewish rabbi, but a Muslim rabbi and a Catholic priest.
That's fantastic. Matt Duffy said fart power, and then vegan fart power is clean energy, which realistically I would encourage, absolutely. But at the same time, I just hate people who just bicyclists, because you know what? You don't have to be on the main road. You can just be on one of the side roads. We're downtown Toronto. There's a million side roads with 0 cars driving, right? Oh no, I want to be on the main road so everyone can see me on my bicycle.
I'm so environment.
My shorts are so tight. I can't have worn these out for no one to see me in them.
Yeah, listen, and that's the thing is, and those bicycles. So I have a friend who does it, and he's like has one of the unitards, and I'm like, guy, don't wear that around me. I will punch you right in the dick. Like just immediately, I'll be like, that's a rapist. No, I'm punching you in the dick.
I tried biking for health a few years ago. It didn't even make it 2 weeks. I dubbed my bike the Taint Smasher, dude. That thing crushed my fucking business.
Also
bro,
true.
that taint area, man, it is a killer, bro.
Yeah.
Those people must have the hardest callus on their fucking grundle.
Oh, dude.
You heard it here, people. Cyclists have the hardest grundle you can find. No.
I used to have a BMX dirt bike, fucking a pedal dirt bike. And we used to go to the trails and shit, and those had the hard seats. There was no cushion, no pad. You ever jump a big ass dirt fucking ramp with a hard seat? Yeah, Mikey's fucking right. Mikey is fucking right.
Taint Smasher.
Hey, listen, I went once. Let me think. This would have been like, probably 2004, 2005. I was at my parents' house, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for a bike ride. I always liked to bike ride when I was younger, and I would go for like the whole day and bike ride the whole day. I had like massive quads, okay? And I got on the bike. I biked half a block, and then I just stopped. I picked up the bike, put it on my shoulder, and just walked home. I'm like, I was so exhausted. I thought I was gonna die. Like I thought I was gonna
Just
die. I was
easier to
like,
think just fucking rides me this time.
yeah. I'm like, hey, your turn. I just put it on my shoulder. Okay, I'll carry you now.
I can just see Dino just. They said take the bike. Take the bike. Fuck it, I took the bike.
Hey, it was easier to carry the bike, not even walk it, just to carry the bike, okay, than it was to ride back home. I was and I was like, I'm never doing that again, ever.
That's fucking great.
Oh god, it was. Somebody saw me and they're like, "Why are you carrying the bike?" And I'm like, this is easier for me. This is just easier for me. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. And you know what? My dick hurt for a week for sure. Okay.
Dude, it's from the fucking the very rim of your asshole all the way to the back of your balls hurts, man.
You can't sit comfortably after the first couple times you go on a bike. You're like, it hurts from your asshole all the way to your dick, and you're going, I don't know what to do here now.
If you've ridden enough to make that pain go away, that stuff must look like a turtle shell under there.
Okay, so I said that
got the mask and everything. Teenage Mutant Ninja the tape.
I heard it, but it didn't catch up, and then I realized what you said, and I'm like, what in the hell?
Yeah, like a hard-packed turtle shell.
Okay,
you see the little swirls and the separations.
That's evil. That is evil, and I will never get that out of my mind.
Who needs a cheese grater?
So back to the U.S. needing rickshaws here shortly.
Yeah, well, we talked about it the other night. Was gas is up to like 700 cents, right? So
lots of places have rickshaws already. Have had for years.
Well, do you guys? Anyways, do you guys have a lot of charging stations already, or no? Is it still?
No.
But you do have.
I see them quite frequently. Yeah.
Yeah, but you travel all over the place. I have not seen one charging station yet.
Yeah.
Ever.
Is it more so like close to a highway?
You don't know what you're looking at.
You're absolutely right. I would think it would say charging station on it. Just like the gas stations say gas, this one would say charging or plug it in here. Some shit like that. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to see a gigantic fucking plug.
You're not wrong, but also fuck you, guy. Like, come on. Listen, these things are so automated. They tell you on the systems where the next charging station is. They don't. That's why there aren't signs for it. Like it literally, if you need it, you'll know how to get there.
So it's like unless you need it, get the fuck away. You don't. It's like the government.
Yeah. Well, they'll put basis. Yeah, they'll put them like far out in the back of a parking lot and stuff like that. What Serge said, AAA nearby has a charge station. Yeah, so like they're in like weird places where nobody parks. It's
just like orphanages, and you see how that rolls.
Yeah, well, listen.
Someone has to knows where an orphanage is.
Someone has to suffer. That's
if you can afford an electric car, you can afford to let this kid out of that orphanage.
Exactly.
Not wrong, but I don't think it's right either.
Yes, it is right. For 5 cents a day, you can fucking adopt a little Ethiopian kid who got flies on his head. If you can afford a Tesla, you can take an American kid and give it a good fucking life.
Yes, I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying I don't think that with every Tesla you get an adopted child. I don't think they can. Maybe that's how we fix things. I don't know. If you can afford a Tesla, here's a free baby.
You want to save the environment? Fucking raise a kid.
Well, that's that's fair. I don't know. It's weird. I also want to talk about. Do you guys know how to drive stick shift?
Yep.
When did you learn that first? Like, was that your first driving experience, or was it you learned how to drive automatic, then you learned afterward?
Correct.
I learned how to drive dirt bikes and shit, which is a type of stick shift.
Yeah.
And then I went to driving automatic cars. But like, my family had both stick shifts and automatic. So you just need to learn how to drive the car. It didn't matter how, what kind of training was in it. You just need to learn how to drive.
Well, that's the thing is words to the wise. Like, I know I have one friend who always has a standard car. Like, he usually has 2 cars, and he'll like literally hunt down. Like, he had a Camry that was standard. I'm like, how the hell do you get a standard Camry? Like, that's weird.
Oh, you find them around here all the time. There's a lot of people that stick shifts over here.
Well, people are stupid, right? They don't know how useful having a manual shifter is, right? Like, people just don't know. What's up, Joey?
To rub those nipples.
Yeah, that's fair. Like, realistically, that's why it's like driving in traffic with standard, like a manual transmission, is the worst, right?
On a hill, stopping at a red light on a hill is terrible.
Yeah, all that kind of shit is the worst, right? Like, no one's gonna stand there going, "Oh yeah, I have great control." Yeah, eat my ass, okay? Just go fuck yourself. That's why it just doesn't. But at the same time, it's fun. Like, if you get an open road, like there's a few one-way streets that go right across downtown Toronto, right? Like, one in either direction. So if you get on it at around like 4:00 in the morning, where it's like you went to an after hour
Autobahn, baby.
Oh, guy, and then you're just going through cars, and you're like, oh yeah, it feels great. You're also high as a kite, but still, it's fantastic.
Yeah, and you want to put a disclaimer up on me. Kids, don't try that at home.
Not now. This is like the 90s, man. Are you kidding me? Come on.
No, I knew dude, this is no lie. I knew a girl, man. She had one arm. Like, it was up to like less than to her elbow. And she drove a stick shift car, and the chick could be on her phone smoking a cigarette driving a stick shift car.
That's hot.
She had an old school white Eclipse, dude. Like, that's talent right there. That is fucking talent.
That is talent. Listen, that's driving stick shift. You got to know how to drive your car. It's like I feel like, and also ladies who can drive stick shift, that's hot. That's straight up hot.
A lot of times it means lesbian now, but yeah, it is hot.
I'd be surprised
where do you get your information?
Yeah. Why would stick handling be better for lesbian? That seems. I feel like that just doesn't match up.
That is, I know.
Hey, our comment section is talking to each other. You got Joey saying, "Hey, Serge, what's up?"
Órale, vato, ¿qué pasó?
Anyways, that was our conversation on transportation. We just talked shit about cyclists are assholes and learned how to drive stick. The rest of the world
still does. Hardened taint grundle areas.
Oh, the turtle shell.
Pad your seats.
Anyways, this has been Retired Scoundrel, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week. Bye.